Okay, my name is Jeff Klein. I've been in practice about 33, 34 years. The majority of it involves either industrial injuries, so that's in Georgia we call that workers' compensation. So that's if you get hurt at work. And most of the cases I take in regards to industrial injuries usually involve pretty serious injuries. Loss of limb, back injuries, neck injuries, things that really keep the injured party from going back to gainful employment, kinds of cases like in that aspect. The other part of my practice is, I would say probably the other 50% is motor vehicle accidents. And that can be cars, it can be trucks, it can be motorcycles. I ride a motorcycle, I represent other motorcycle riders. I also represent, because I represented the police department so many years, I represent a lot of police officers who get hurt on the job, doing what they're doing, either, out in the field patrolling, or they're involved in car wrecks, or, somehow they get injured. The BB case involved a postal worker who got hurt. She was bitten by a dog. She came to me by word of mouth after she was, severely bitten while she was delivering mail. Dog bite cases are really not my forte. Anyone who really comes to a personal injury attorney, really what they're looking for is they're looking for help. And the kind of help that I provide is that we try and get them the best care possible so that they get better, and that they get better without, long-term problems. So that's one of the things that we concentrate on here, is getting our clients to the best providers possible for their specific kind of injury. And since I've been doing this for decades, I know who's good, who's not good, who has better skills, who's got a better rapport, who's, more humane to their clients. That is one of the things that we do. The other thing we do, and that's what all personal injury attorneys should be doing, is they're trying to get the most amount of money for their clients possible. With respect to a dog bite case, again, that's not a thing that I handle on a daily basis. Most of the stuff that I do is really, vehicle related in terms of personal injury, or if it's industrial related, it can be in any aspect of getting hurt on the job site. David is an expert in dog bite cases, and because I'm a member of several professional associations, when I come across something that is not in my wheelhouse, I ask my colleagues, who does more of this and who does it well, and David's name came. David was a former prosecutor. He was a former prosecutor in Fulton County. And so I knew that he knew trial work. He was in the same prosecution office of other people that I knew in that office. So when I got his name, I asked around about him, and other people that I know who were prosecutors in that office told me, oh yeah, I know Dave, he's a really good guy, he's really got good skills, you should talk to him, he's done a bunch of these cases. So when I did talk to him, I already knew something about him to begin with. And David's really, he's a personable guy, so it's, it helps. Well, the initial contact was probably through email. I probably got his information from another colleague, his contact information. I probably emailed him, and then I, told him about the case. I had already, Katrina had been a client of mine for a while. I had done a lot of work on the case already, and when it was obvious that the case was going to be tried, I wanted to bring in someone who was particularly familiar with dog bite trials. So my initial contact with David was through email, and then I picked up the phone and we spoke to each other. So and that's the genesis of it. Now, in terms of Katrina, and really in most of the cases that I refer out, I do a lot of work on the front end on the case, so that when I give a case to another attorney to either try it with me or to try it for me, I'm not just giving them, here's a phone number that someone called me, go and call them, and then call me when the case is over. It's almost never that way with me. It's always that I have a client, I know what's going on with the case, and I want to stay involved in the case. And that was true with David and Katrina also. I don't just hand over a case and not be involved. And he was open to that. Some attorneys, you give them a case, they don't want to know from me. They don't want to be bothered with the referring attorney. They just want to do their thing and at the end of the case let you know what happened. And I'm not like that. And my clients, I know every one of them individually. And so I like to stay very involved in their case. I think it's quite possible that another attorney would have looked at it and said, "Oh, it's going to be such a huge hassle to try and recover from this fellow." I knew that the defendant in this case was gainfully employed, and eventually he's going to have to pay us. But we also knew that it was going to be a long process. And we really have a great client, a very likable young woman. She deserves to be compensated for the things that happened to her. And David made a commitment that he was going to do everything he could to make sure that that happens. I mean, we both really like the client. It would be hard not to. Yeah, but she has nightmares about it. I mean, this happened years ago, and she still has nightmares about it. It's traumatic for her. It's a shame. Yeah, I would definitely recommend David's firm. If I came across another case that I thought was appropriate to refer him, I wouldn't hesitate to do it. And anyone who's got a case that they're thinking about referring to him, I would say that from my experience is really good. I mean, he's got a great paralegal and general manager for his office. I mean, she was at the trial with us every day, very, very helpful. Really helped organize all the things that need to be done at the trial. And they do use technical things that require some expertise. And then David himself is a really good trial attorney. And he's also, a constant learner. He's always trying to improve his skills as a trial attorney. And he just came back from completing a course out west. I think it was a Gary Spence trial techniques course. So he's always trying to learn more and be a better attorney. And he's already pretty good.